Hello, welcome back to Touchstarved. Well, if my voice can handle it, I'm gonna try to make my videos longer because if I keep going the way I have, the game is gonna be fully out and I won't even be done with the demo yet. Alright, so let's see. I think last time, we enlisted help from Leander, or I think we did, and he got us a room at the tavern, and we met this handsome motherfucker. Okay, so let's get to it. Oh please, any friend would know it's true. Now hold still. Vera rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair back. No, wait. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly, it dawns on me, the jiggling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness attached to his collar, but a leash. A heavy iron chain wound around a hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Fur posed deliberately to hide his leash from me. The woman produces a key from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and sliding it into the lock. Damn. That is fucked up. Come on, let's your friends tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. Oh wait, I read that wrong. You're hunting for solace inside the city? Words momentarily fail me. The woman regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Very lingers. Stretches his arm over his head and with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed, Bear hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. I don't know, I kinda like him. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Neopchianot. Not sure if I pronounced that right. That's the one where you take 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's disgusting. Bear's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. Fight! Flex me, I shove my hands in my pocket and find it. The room key. I use the key from my pocket and smooth my thumb over his teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, any hint of Bear's sleight of hand. I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that the Cenobium saw fit to leash him. A fate I could share. That's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns, gently swaying in the breeze to the Cenobium. Past the lanterns, gently swaying in the breeze to the Cenobium, faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need. Then I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Oh. Sorry, I heard the violin there. Or was it a cello? I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Let me just... It's easy enough to follow the sluggish river that splits Iridia in two. The colossal bridge arches over the dark water below. I cross as quickly as I can, climbing ever uphill towards the distant tower. I Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I was searching for. The cenobium of the luminous void. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the dark walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in their midst. Well, this is lovely. It's a big change from what we were looking at before. Ooh. Sorry. I'm the only one standing before the gate. Crane my neck up and up until the top of the Cenobian tower disappears into the clouds overhead. I frown up at the gates, wondering what horrible traps they may contain. However, despite their delicate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Excuse me. Knocking seems like a terrible idea. I don't see any other way of making my presence known. No, don't knock! Come on. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. I reach out, tug on the vine as if testing its strength. Oi! You there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the step towards me. Oh, another tourist! Get out of here once you're done gawking! What is this accent I'm giving this guy? What the fuck? A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and as he turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer from me, I look back where I saw the intruder, and there's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in the cool breeze. Oh shit! Running into an issue! I think we're fine. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello? Hello? I whisper, so close I can feel the warm brush of breath on my skin. Oh shit, these people keep introducing themselves in such weird ways. Crazy ways. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down the staircase, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as a rail, her blouse moth-eaten. I'm unable to take my eyes off her, not because of the way she smiles a little too widely, or the way her tousled braids look unbrushed for days, but because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson, both entranced and unsettled by their subtle glow. These days you need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure of how to respond, or even if I should. I'm just gonna say nothing. After the experience I just had, I'm not too keen on indulging strangers with small talk. Despite my silence, she maintains her unflinching stare and smile. Lucky for you, I have miracles for free. Whatever she's selling, I'm not interested. My words came out in a tired breath. No thanks. I start down the stairs, but she abruptly steps into my path. She turns her back to me, and before I could react, she slips her fingers under the lacing of her collar, stripping out of her blue blouse in broad daylight. Lady, what the fuck are you doing? What are you? As the warm fabric unveils her bare skin, my panic is smothered by cold horror. A misshapen sunken scar carves into the woman's body. Pitted, gnarled skin snakes under her shoulder, looming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease this woman had ate away at her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive And yet, the power to cure anything can be yours too. Power of the Seaspring. The woman slides back into her blouse and deftly laces it up. If I've caught your interest, then follow me. It's only a short walk away. Without another glance, she leisurely strolls down the Snobium stairs, loose braids bobbing behind her. The edge of her scarf peeks out from under her collar. I stand there, wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. This could be the stupidest decision of my life. What choice do I have? Take a final look at the Snobian shut gates, then follow her down the steps. This has trap written all over it. I can tell. We descend from the higher streets, leaving behind their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts feel more familiar to me. But the crimson-eyed woman takes me farther, then farther still, until I'm met with an all-too-familiar sight. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. My tummy is making the rumblies that only human hands can satisfy. The city's outskirts are hardly recognizable in the daylight, and probably safer for it. But venturing beyond Iridia's walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. Keep going straight, and the Seaspring will reveal itself to you. I bark out a bitter laugh, and loud and involuntary. I'd rather not. Are you kidding? It's not safe out there. You're as safe as inside the city as outside of it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? This region belongs to Ice. Most people know him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I squint against the empty wastelands. Only a fool or someone with nothing to lose would leave the city. Apparently, I'm both. But if this Seaspring cured her, I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the waste. Over my shoulder, the woman calls after me. Good luck, Kuro. I hope we meet again. How'd she know my name? My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward. One step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told the woman my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building nestled into a tall cliffside, so starkly out of place that it might as well be. Sorry. Let me start that over. A building nestled into a tall cliffside, but so starkly out of place it might as well be a hallucination. It drips with extravagance and honeyed mahogany, an ornate jewel of a structure. A row of dark silhouettes stand out on the horizon. Trees, I think, till I'm close enough to realize what I mistook the branches for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless, several of them watch me in the distance, like statues. I don't think. I just run, exploding into a messy sprint. I push my legs as fast as they will take me towards the decorated building. Flashes of light chase me, the gushes of blood and screams of death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up the wooden stairs and crashing through the towering double doors. I gasp for air, my lungs burning from the exertion. I'm desperate to be safe, but when I process my surroundings, it's more hellscape than sanctuary. Whoa! Holy shit. Oh, listen to that. God damn, the music in this game so far are fucking bangers. Okay. Let's keep going. Blood flows from all around me, overwhelming my village. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with a lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps to my mouth. But the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. Swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the Seaspring, place that grants miracles. Pulling my eyes away from the pool, I take in the rest of my environment. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scatter the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. So are those notes, or are they like talisman tags? Talisman tags. Spell tags? Spell tags, talismans. Seals? I'm sorry, my brain's not working at 100% right now. I'm going to save probably right here. Okay. Do I call out or stay silent? Call. Hello? Is anyone there? My voice echoes across the cavern without response. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. Reach for. Tell you what, I saw that like there were like red options sprinkled like here and there. I haven't gotten those yet. Wonder if that's gonna take like multiple playthroughs. Let's go for the closest one. Reach for the note in front of me. It reads, "Dear Mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much. From Iris. P.S. If you ever see me, never speak to me again." It's written in perfect cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Before I can ponder further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's still empty. Vacant. Vacant. Finally, I look towards the Seaspring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly all different sizes and species, but sharing one distinct identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. I try to back away, but my heel teeters over the Seaspring. I'm cornered. Watch your step. It's deeper than it looks. That voice again. At the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarls quieting. Oh, hello. I reach for the voice's source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. You look lost, little sparrow. Oh. Oh, look at him. He is cool. I love his tattoos. Sorry. His gaze is a violet crimson. One that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with the scarred woman, now with the soulless circling me, all bound by the Seaspring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. Is he like a hentai monster? I can't focus. The soulless growls ring in my ears. They're not advancing, but that could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? Oh god, should I go for it? I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted. Oh my gosh, that... You know what? Fuck you! I look right into his unnerving eyes, holding his gaze defiantly. Fuck you! Is that better? A crooked grin cracked across his face. We'll work on it. Scan the soulless skin. They really aren't attacking, posturing more than anything else. Almost as if they're waiting for commands. Did you tame them? Power of the Seaspring. I like how his name tag went from like question marks to bastard. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? Gives me a non-committal shrug. I called out earlier to see if anyone was here. Were we supposed to play hide and seek? Didn't hear you. My voice stops in my throat. This man's terrorist coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to defuse the situation. Okay, fine. I need help. I thought the Seaspring could cure me somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honesty has never been my strong suit. He cants his head to the side, praising me, but doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. I'm telling you, I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp huff, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes through my face, and I fire to my tongue. Wait, heat rushes through to my face and fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command away. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command away from ripping me up to shreds. Why did I add away there? Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my body is frozen in place. I stand there for a long time. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling, and I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrappings all too well. The hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Stop. With a weary sigh, the man slides off the beam and lands with a thud against that shakes the panels underfoot. He's a monster, with an imposing figure that towers over me. I couldn't tell how tall he was before, but he's big. Limited by the lantern light, his features are stronger, sharper. I like his horns, though. So are these like his horns too, or are they earrings? It's a little hard to tell. Subtle clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? Step backwards. I find nothing to set my foot on. I've forgotten my back was to the Seaspring. I fall, right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the Seaspring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Hi! Blazing crimson eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. Too stunned to muster a response. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to solid ground and steps back. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless around us disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor is so abrupt it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, so now I doubt I ever saw them at all. Either way, I exhale a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He kicks some seating pillows out of the walkways, checks the contents of the kettle with a scowl. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So that's it. I'm not a threat anymore. Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. Oh, what is it about us that makes monsters want to what is it about us today, huh? Oh, listen to that. Wow. Okay. Gotta take a minute every once in a while to appreciate the music. You're Ice, aren't you? Depends who's asking. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Ice picks up the kettle and walks to the edge of the Seaspring and dumps out the contents into the endless red. Gang took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches across his face, ear to ear. Then in an instant, it drops. I get the sense that I shouldn't ask about his gang again. They're all dead, aren't they? Or they're all soulless. Something must have happened. I learned to recognize a real leader when I see one. Eyes regrettably fits that type perfectly. He knows how to scare people. He expects submission. But it's uncommon for someone so used to being empowered to be so alone. You said you came here for help. Depends. Can the Seaspring cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? Nope. He shakes his head. He shakes out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns with an amused smirk. He does have a nice smile though, I'll give him that. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow, the Seaspring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. I have to drink from the Seaspring. My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the strange liquid makes my guts churn. Don't do it. That girl from earlier, she was off as hell. So drinking this might cure the curse, but it might also take something away. Is there a price? Always. Ice taps his temple with a finger. You lose it a little bit. That's it? Might have already beat it to the punch. My humor earns me an amused, faint grin. This is a little different. This is a little different. When you drink from the Seaspring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone else who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless. One big happy family in your head. My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Group minds. I thought they were just rumors. I've heard whispers of cults performing rituals to bind their members' minds together. It never seemed possible. But something tells me this is real. Even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ice strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. Come on a bad day. Got somewhere else to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue. Well, my frustration spills out before any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out? You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickled. The feeling of being washes over me again. My eyes dart back to the Seaspring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Guy's advice and clamp my mouth shut. Eyes approaches me a nearby solace, a lanky dog like one with 6 legs. and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of crimson eyes adorn its sides. Its forked tail wags rapidly when the eyes squat beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches his chin, and pats his head. A gentle smile plays across Eye's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I dip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Oh, okay, that's nice. Following a short whistle from Eye's lips, it trots over to the entrance, obediently, tail swaying. Fuck. Yeah, I had to pause the recording for a second because Nana was up and we were talking for a second, and during that I spilled hot coffee on my chest. And I heard like this son of a bitch. Anyway, this guy might be my favorite. I'm really drawn in by Eyes, and I really love the tattoos. I'm not really sure if this is like I think this is like a distinct style. I'm not exactly sure what it's called though. And also horns. Something about horns on people I really like. For some reason. I don't know why. I'm weird. I guess I'm just weird like that. Anyway, back to the story. I watch the soulless rarely. Pretty is not a word I would use to describe it. And the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how should I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance and watch as it nudged giant doors open with ease. When I'm about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips a beat when I meet Eye's eyes. I'm probably mispronouncing his name, and I'm very sorry if I am. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow, I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. They pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. It's an uneventful trip. Sometimes the soulless looks over its shoulder at me to make sure I'm still following. I want to see what it looks like though. Why don't we get a sprite for it? Hopefully when the game comes out there'll be a sprite for it, because I really want to see what this one looks like. I mean, we get a description for it, but I don't know. Dusk darkens the sky by the time we reach the city. The soulless sits and looks at me expectantly with familiar crimson eyes. You know, it's been friendly, but I'll pet it. As nervous as I am, I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless tendrils and scratch it beneath its chin, just like Eyes did. As it pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. The vibrations are soothing, almost healing my fatigue. Oh, it's cute! I want to keep it. When it's satisfied, the soulless spins around and scampers back in the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. It's barely my first day in Iridia, and I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. tamed soulless being one of them. Hi, Coco. What you doing, baby? Hi. I'm gonna go give Coco I'm gonna give Coco pets. Real quick. Come here, you. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. There's a little Coco Bean. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good girl. Alright. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Alright, I think now would be a good time to save. Right here. I have so many save slots. This is it, but I don't know why it irks me that I have so many save spots, but I feel like I have to do this. Okay. Wanna sit on my lap through this? You wanna sit on my lap through this adventure? Okay. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Iridia. The city, labyrinthine even in daytime, has become a whirling of treacherous alleyways. Ooh. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't come here earlier, I would have thought this part of the city is abandoned. I think I read that right. I'm not sure. Listen to that music, though. Ooh, chilling. I make my way through the winding streets, doing my best to keep my bearing towards a wet wick. My steps are slow, but I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? I'm imagining things. Take a deep breath, glowing an instinctive flicker of fear. I know my nerves are shot, but if I give in to paranoia and start running, I'll just get lost. Measuring my breath and steps, forge ahead. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. As moments pass and nothing happens, I begin to wonder, maybe I really did imagine that noise. I turn the next corner, and my thoughts came screaming to a halt. My head spins, the world blurring as adrenaline rushed through my veins. Only one thing is clear amidst the haze. Oh, fuck! The soulless that attacked the caravan. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape. A body. A garland of intense spills from pallid flesh. Blood grouts the Cobblestones! What? For mercy, the soulless is too distracted by its meal to have noticed me. My feet feel heavy as stones. I can't just stand there. And my emotional support animal leaves me. Holding my breath, I take a step backward. When the wet, slurping sounds don't abate, I take another. Then another. Then a shattered glass crunches under my heel. The world seems to slow to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fixed unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run. I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened streets. Behind me, a piercing bass splits the silence, and heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose it in the maze of streets. I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now. A wet, fluttering rat, drawing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arm swiped out. I duck, saved by a pure reflex, and skid around the corner. I take 3 running strides before the bottom drops out of my stomach. Yeah. A wall, twice as high as me, and bars my way. A dead end. When I turn around, the soulless looms in the entry to the alleyway. It's no longer running. It doesn't have to. As it prowls closer and closer, my thoughts race. Some of the buildings lining the streets are lit. There must be some people inside. It's a long shot, but... Somebody help me! My voice rings through the shadowed streets. Silhouettes pass by the windows, but nobody answers. In this wretched world, few people still stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood. Never mind a stranger. The soulless, provoked by my shouting, gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges at me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but slick cobblestone betrays me. I sprawling over the rough stone. As the soulless looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill. But the impact never comes. Oh, hello. I rarely crack one eye open, and the other. Not sure I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood. And the soulless? Whoa. Oh, that knife's so pretty though. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen form behind them. Soulless's many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice. I can hardly believe it. Well? I gingerly take the offered hand. The stranger's gaze dips to my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of a question, then close again. Was a strength belying their slight frame, pull me to my feet. As soon as I'm on my own 2 feet again, they pull away from me, start wiping the blood from their face and hands. But they're cute though. Their eyes are. Look at their eyes though. There's that red like in the middle. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can get through this. I can keep getting through this. They turn away from me, stiffly leaning over the soulless gangly body. With their back towards me, I realized that I saw their hooded silhouette at Snobium. You saved me. Oh shit, I should save. I shouldn't have had to. Their harsh response takes me aback. Before I can formulate a response, they continue. What were you thinking? Traveling alone at night. This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails of them. First they saved me, and now they scold me? Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back to the soulless corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. Clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Kuro. Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blade flashes as they drive it back into the back of the Soulless's neck. The Soulless thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper until there's a sickening crunch. The creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood off from their knife. That swift, unhesitating lethal strike wasn't the work of an amateur. But they don't act like any of the cold-blooded killers I've seen in the past. Why is the Soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You're new here. There's no walls around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please, until someone is contracted to stop them. The Cenobians' patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Cenobian. I wouldn't go that far. Their brow abruptly furrows, and they sheath their knife, motioning for me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. Okay. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in the city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. If it's so dangerous, then why are you helping me? You're making an unbearable racket. Next time you walk into a Soulless's claws, at least die quietly. Oh, okay. Asshole. How tall is this guy anyway? Seems to be like a lot shorter than everyone else. No, wait, them, they, shit. I am so sorry. Their answer is stingingly harsh. You know what, I should be nice. Yeah. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. What makes you think I'll help you? Nothing, but there's no harm in asking. That seems to catch them off guard. Their brow knits, and they look away, scowling. How troublesome. Kuro? Oh, hi, Doc! I turn, surprised by the voice. Kuras walks down the street towards us. His white and gold clothing is pristine, despite the grime of the city. Hello, Min. I see that Soulless was your work. Min shrugs. There's a familiarity to the way they regard each other. You know them, Kuras? Min is a freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They're quite reliable. Unreliable freelancers don't eat. Something Curious isn't saying here. Yeah, I can see it on his face. Kuro needs to get back to wherever she's staying before she wanders into the jaws of another soulless. It is late. Were you able to find a place to stay, Kuro? I'm staying at the Wet Wick. Both their faces fall. And yeah, I see. Would you like a guide? It might be preferable to wandering about alleyways. That would be nice. Min clicks her tongue and sighs, sounding mightily put out. Going to the Amaryllis district at Gaudy Cesspit. Down this way. Despite Min's clear distaste, when Curious leads me down the street, they keep pace with us. Catching my curious glance, Min's eyes narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you, but Curious is the only good doctor worth a damn in this place. Fair enough. Are you like this with everyone? The deadpan look Min gives me isn't answer enough. Catch Curious hiding a slight smile. I suppress a laugh and resign I suppress a sigh and resign myself to having a grumpy shadow all the way back to the Wet Wick. The route Curious takes is completely different from my slow meandering earlier in the morning. In no time at all, he cuts through darkened streets and twisting alleys. Seems like half the city has poured into the Amaryllis district's colorful streets. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet the most noise still comes from the Wet Wick. Doors hang wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. He moves towards the door, and Min lets out an audible huff. Don't tell me you're going in. I have some quick business with Leander. Ugh, fine. Still owes me money for yesterday's work. They drag their feet, reluctantly trailing me into the cavern. As soon as the doors open, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hours since I left, the wick has grown suffocatingly crowded. Kuro stands out, easily a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lose sight of him amid the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me. The crowd parts, as though answering his request. Kuro glances over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. Whew, starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose it. I'll tell you right now. The doctor, the fox man, and the eyes. Curious, Bear, and Eyes are kind of my favorites right now. I like the three of them. Leander's fine. Min, I'm not sure what to make of them. I think I can try to go for like a couple more minutes. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Curious at a clipped pace. Leander is right where I left him, although he's traded places with the bartender. Oh shit, he moonlighted as a bartender too. Okay. Whew. Okay, I think I'm good now. I don't know what that was all about. He holds a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. Oh, you're performing magic behind the bar. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glasses with bright white frost. You're never gonna guess what's in these. Leander slides the glasses apart across the bar, and I get my third and fourth shocks of the evening in rapid succession. Eyes leans against the oh shit, are they all here? Eyes leans against the bar, an elbow propped on the counter. He catches the glass and lifts one. He catches the glasses and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The contents magically congealed and stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Ver is perched on the bar's counter beside Eyes. Takes a single look at the shot glass and shakes his head. What have we here? Bucket full of boogers? Leander's nose treasure? You've eaten worse. Ver's lips twitch and his ears flatten when Eyes offers him a glass. Turns his cheek with a sniff, and Eyes just snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually... In one fluid motion, Eyes throws his head back and downs his shot. Oh, that cannot taste good. Drinking that. Dark look crosses Eyes' face. Eyes' face. It's chewy. Oh my god. Chewy? Wait, let me try that again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a nest of degenerates. If it isn't Kuros and Min! The sound of Leander's voice, Min's pale eyes grow wide. They look ready to bolt until Kuros sets a hand on their shoulder. I promise this will not take long. Min's eyes dart from Kuros' hand to his face and soften. Fine, you first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck by the sudden realization. All the people I met today know each other. Good evening, Leander. Eyes? Another drinking competition, I presume? Oh man, I'm starting to lose it. This might be... Is this the end of the prologue, or the demo, or what? I don't know. Oh! Is it evening already? Wait. Sorry. Oh, is it evening already? Could have sworn it was earlier. Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. Kuros acknowledges Leander in the eyes with a slight snog, ignoring Ver entirely. Not that Ver seems to mind. He tilts his head and an impish smile curls his lips when he spots Min silently behind Kuros. I almost didn't see you there, Min. Looking for your booster seat. Oh my god. Damn it. Min pushes back their hood. They level Ver with a cool look. I thought Eyes wasn't allowed to bring his pets here. Ver's tail gives an angry twitch. God damn. Ooh, another CG. At the first sign of an impeding fight, Leander vaults to clear the counter. Leander vaults clear over the counter and slides between Eyes and Kuros. Now, let's try to keep the peace. Not every day the esteemed doctor takes us up on a drink. His arm snakes around Kuro's shoulder. You're finally taking me up on that drink, right, Kuro? I'm afraid not. You were merely escorting Kuro back to our lodgings. Kuro gestures in my direction, and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. As soon as he sees me, Leander's face brightens. Kuro! It's been too long! Everyone, this is Kuro. She's new to Iridia. I feel like 5 pairs of eyes fix onto me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. Hi again! Hi everyone. Again. Again? Wait, you've already met everyone? Yep. Eyes and Ver level me with subtly amused expressions. Ver's tail gives a lazy wag. We did. Not that long ago, either. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to suspect you're stalking me. I don't know why I'm laughing at everything Ver says. It wasn't even that funny. He looks far too pleased with himself when I roll my eyes. This calls for drinks. What does everyone want? Oh, look at Ice's knuckles. Who did he punch? Alright. In an instant, all eyes turn to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I still can't believe they all know each other. Watching them talk amongst themselves feels surreal. But for the first time since I undertook the journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know that I was meant to meet them. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander's laughter pulls me from my restless thoughts. Ah! What coming surprise! We make friends fast, Kuro. I wouldn't go that far. We're more like acquaintances. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends you hadn't shared a drink with yet. A wise man. You said that here. You said that here. Last week. I can hear Min's lip curl with distaste from across the bar. Leander clears his throat and continues, unperturbed. Let's toast to Kuro's health. Care to join me, Doctor? Kuro politely declines with a wave of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you? No. With a resounding pop pierces the din of the bar. I turn in the direction of the noise. Vera looks almost bashful as he accepts an overflowing flute from the bartender. Poured from a bottle so old its label has been worn blank. Ah shit, I'm stumbling. They serve champagne here? Since when? Vera pauses in the middle of licking the champagne foam from his fingers with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? In a transformation as impressive as a magic trick, the concern on Leander's face vanishes. He laughs softly. No, be my guest. I know you've got expensive taste. Then he shoots the bartender a frantic look. Unbothered or uninterested by his company, Eyes cants his head at me, a light smile on his lips. How about you, Sparrow? I did say I'd buy you a drink earlier. No, my treat. Eyes regards Leander over the tip of his glass. In the dim light, the glint in his crimson eyes looks downright dangerous. What'll it be, Kuro? Water's fine. Allow me. Leander pushes away from the counter to flag down the bartender, leaving me with Kuros and a more distantly Min. I'm not the least bit surprised that neither of them has bothered ordering anything. Both seem ready to leave at a moment's notice. Water is a wise choice. Is it your doctor's duty to encourage sobriety? But Kuro shakes his head with a patient smile. The drinks here are notoriously watered down, most likely cut to cut costs, but it only encourages the patrons to overindulge. Oh, so they're selling Bud Light here. Oh. Min looks up from adjusting the lace of one of their bracers. The only reason anyone bothers coming here is for the cheap rooms and cheaper drinks. Perfect conditions for terrible mistakes. It almost sounds like you're speaking from experience. Their pale face reddens and they look away, scowling. Leander returns with a glass of water that I accept with a murmured thanks. He claps, drawing the attention of the group. Alright everyone, let's toast. May Kuro's stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Leander, Eyes, and Vera raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms, and Caress watches with light indifference. The water is bitter, cold, tastes faintly metallic, but I savor it all the same. Gradually, the din of the crowded bar fades to a low murmuring, and I feel myself relax for what feels like the first time in years. Aren't you the popular one, Kuro? I'm guessing you met Caress first. It would be more accurate to say that I found her. He saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although, I must admit that I was confused when I woke up missing all my clothes. Leander makes a choked noise, somewhere behind him Min sighs. It's not what you think! Kuro was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries to tattered clothes. Silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Caress's disappointment, and catch Bear snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. Oh my god, we're so socially awkward. Caress isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen? I didn't save you. You were simply there. That's Min for ya. Leander reaches for Min, but they duck under his arm with a practiced ease, without so much as looking his way. As reliable as they are moody. You're the one to talk, considering you neglected to warn her to stay off the streets at night. Oh? Might have gotten a little distracted. Min's only response is a short breath. At any rate, I never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less soulless alive, the better. For a heartbeat, Min's eyes flick towards Eyes, and their lips twist. Eyes is too busy nodding along to Vera's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice. Lost no bout in throwing a discussion. Huh? Oh shit, I think my brain broke. I've had enough of this hellhole. Let's go. Min and Kuro share a brief look. Then the doctor speaks up. Very well, but there's something I must discuss with Leander. If you'll excuse us, Kuro. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to sip my water in silence. So I thought until I hear a voice so soft and low, it's practically a purr. Lost your tour guide? I turn and find crimson and pink eyes trained on me. It's not lost on me that they chose the instant the others left to strike. That's my luck. I had to be abandoned with two of the most irritating people I've met all day. Monsters or not, there's no telling what I'll do if either of them push me again. Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob slobbered out back. He's got business with Caress and Min. Two on one business, and isn't he lucky? Holy shit. I can't tell if it's a champagne or the company, but Vera has grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped on the back of his hand. His ears twitch whenever Hiccup shakes his shoulders. Ah, he is drunk, isn't he? Why are you so far away? Come join us. He pats the empty bar stool beside Eyes, but I hesitate. The smile Vera wears is sweet and distinctly sly. And with drinks in the mix, I dread how he and Eyes will mess with me next. We don't bite. I got into soon. Am I close to the end? I have no idea. I'm not sure about that. Just hours ago, he tried to rob me and you threatened me. Me? Steal? Surely you must be mistaken. You sure it was me? Oh, fuck. Yes, it was you. You had to go out to kick me out just so you can go drinking. He gives me another one of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simpler answer than I expected, but I guess I can't fault him for that. Bear suddenly slumps forward, gossamer sleeves pulling where he rests his elbows on his knees. I assess his hand on Vera's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping off the counter. How about we start fresh, huh? Begin with proper introductions, get off on the right foot and whatnot. I'll start. The name's Ver, Hunter Extraordinaire. Vera's right hand flutters to his chest and he bows his head, flinching when his hair falls into his eyes. Eyes doesn't say anything, so I suppose it's my turn now. I'm certain you already know my name. Hard not to when Leander shouts it every other second. Bear tips his head back and drains the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Kuro. Says my name slowly and deliberately, savoring every syllable. Tingle jumps down my spine, and I quickly turn my gaze away. I smirks at my reaction over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? Nope. Open my mouth and close it just as quickly. I don't need to react, goading me into another ridiculous game. While their sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something about this tension is fun. It must be the exhaustion, and I am getting really tired. I've gone on for like an hour and almost 20 minutes. I think I can stop here. I'm not even sure if I'm close to the end. I don't know, I think I saw like one video was like over 6 hours long. I'm not even sure if that's just a prologue or they did like repeat playthroughs. I don't know. Well, if I'm close to the end, I'll probably just start over again and see if I can get like all the red text. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you next time.